Hi, this is Graphically Alex coming at you with all things fat related. If that's something that interests you, please subscribe. I'd love to have you. And today we're here with Miss Regina, aka Eric. How are
Eric
you
next
today?
door, who's 30 in the orange at the bottom of the basket. Hi.
Oh my gosh. Yes, his Instagram is Eric94, right? Eric.
Eric. Yeah, that's right.
He's a wreck. But yes. Mine is also Graphically Alex, by the way. If you want to see all my lyrics of tortured lesbianism and brat, then they're all over there. But anyways, I wanted to ask Eric about this phenomenon because he was kind of telling me that I was starting to have like basically skinny bitch attitude. I couldn't put that in the title because YouTube would be upset, but he was saying I was getting a little bit of skinny bee attitude. And I was like, "What is that?" And he was kind of explaining it. So I want him to explain everything, and I want you guys to tell me if you have heard this before, if you've heard of this or and if you've seen it. And also I need to know how to embody it because I'm brat. So, but anyways, that's why, ooh, my name. Because I'm so Julia. Do you want to explain yours, Eric?
Sure. So Alex, because he's having skinny bitch attitude, is out of control these days. And I made a recent post on Instagram where I was willy-nilly and clearly in a surplus of my calories, and I gained 3 pounds, which according to the scale is muscle. But I gained 3 pounds, and then of course on Instagram he sends me a video that has to do with Regina about how she's trying to lose 3 pounds. And I was like, wow, how convenient. I gained 3 pounds and now I have to lose those 3 pounds on top of what I already have to lose. And you sent me a video of Regina trying to lose 3 pounds. Isn't that just so random?
It's so coincidental. And I just wonder, like, who's your Katie? Who's giving you these Caltine bars or whatever they're called?
You! You!
Anyway. So please explain this because I'm generally introverted and don't talk to 500,000 people. I didn't know this was a thing. So I tend to leech off of Eric's extroversion when necessary because, we love different perspectives on this channel and I try to paint as full of a picture as I can. But please explain this because I don't think I've ever been around this because I haven't been around enough people that have been fat that have lost weight. So what is going on here? What is this?
Okay, so the most common variation, there's two, and I only say two because of my other friend, but we'll get into that one. That's not really the most important one. The most important one that I've seen is like somebody who tends to be chunkalicious, okay? Like, they tend to be chunkalicious, they lose some weight. And it's like there's some feeling of improvement, which it is improvement. It's not wrong. They lose some weight, but it's like they're not like average or like thin or athletic. They're still chunky. They're still kind of fat, you know? And they develop, SBA, skinny bitch attitude. And basically what that is, like because they lose some weight, I'm sure they feel better, like mentally and physically. So they kind of like they have that change and they feel different. So I'm sure they really genuinely believe this, but they fall into the SBA where it's like they think they're like skinny now because they've lost like some weight. And it's like, okay, like it doesn't bother me that they're not skinny per se, but the attitude does because it's like what happened to me. And like I said, I'm using her actual name, F this SBA. Her name was Shari, okay? And it happened in high school. She was like the main one that I was like, what the heck is going on? I was like, girl, like, check yourself. But she was chunkalicious. She lost some weight. She did look better, but she was still chunky. So basically, she just kind of started going around, and she was just like not holier than thou. She was skinnier than thou. And yeah, she was just going around, and basically like anybody who really ate junk food, she's like, oh, you really shouldn't eat that. She's like, you shouldn't watch me eat, and it's like, excuse me. And then like the thing that stuck out to most, which is most to me, which is why I always use this example when I tell you about it. We were like in the cafeteria, And she's like, blah, blah, like, look at me, like, I've lost weight. And it's because, like, I've watched what I ate and I did this and I did that and blah, blah. She's like, you know, you could do the same, none of that. Like, you should watch what you eat. And she literally has, like, 2 or 3 fries in her hands, dips them in ketchup and, like, eats them as she's saying that. And I'm
Oh
like,
gosh.
girl, like, not you still being fat and eating fries while saying, watch what you eat. I've lost weight. You can do it too. But I think it's so silly. It sounds like something like out of a TV show or something. Like,
That's your
oh,
life, but
like,
yes.
well, that's true. I am like on Netflix or HBO. Not even HBO. I'm on Netflix or some internet series at this point. But you know, she just thought like I think in my head, I think she's like, oh well, I lost weight. Like I'm pretty skinny. Like I'm thin now or thinner. And she thought she was in that on that level. Which again, good for her for
I
having
am too, so I get it.
SBA syndrome. Um, but you know, good for her. She lost the weight, but my goodness. And jeez. Anyways, so she lost weight. Good for her. But it's like, girl, let's be so real. You're still big, you know, and you're really walking around over here like you're skinny. Watch what you eat. I lost weight. Maybe you should lose some weight. You can lose weight by doing this. I did it, so it's your turn. What are you doing? You know? And I'm just like,
Mhm.
what the heck? And it's crazy because I almost had that too. Because at my heaviest, when I was 240, when I was around like 220, I lost
Almost?
pounds. Stop. I know I still have it and I'm still big. Um, but when I lost like 20-ish pounds, you know, I felt good. I felt better. I felt different. And I did look a little different, but let's be so real. I was still chonk. I was still fat, you know?
Mhm. How
So
much did you weigh? Let's get to numbers.
okay, so when I told you like I started at my heaviest 240,
So you're
I
like
lost
220?
yeah, I lost like about 20-ish pounds. I was about maybe 215, 220 around there, like in that range. So it's like
Okay, and
yeah,
your muscle fat ratio is really bad as well.
yes,
Okay.
for sure. So it's
Okay,
not
definitely chonk.
yeah, so it's not like I was like a muscly 220, you know? Because
Mhm.
when I first started this, I was like only doing cardio and diet. So
Yeah.
I was like a
It's
jellyfish,
not.
you know? So, yeah, definitely not like skinny by any means. And I almost caught that. I almost caught the SBA because I felt better. You know, I felt a little lighter. I
Mhm.
looked a little different. And I was like, oh my gosh, not me losing 20 pounds. Like, look at all you fat bitches, you know? Um, but I didn't get it because I had remembered my experiences with people that it happened to. And also like I never like was under the delusion or I was able to like just really see myself and be like, oh, you still got work to do. Damn it.
Mhm.
You know, like
Mhm.
you're still fat, Eric. Like Eric, you're still fat. So
Mhm.
I never really had the SBA. Um, but I was close to having it. And it's been such an interesting phenomenon for me because the part two, I guess I don't think I've seen this in anybody else except my friend Esme. I'm trying to think.
Mhm.
I don't think I have. But with Esme, she kind of has the other, like, it's coming from a different point where it's like she was skinny. She was, you know, like average, whatever. And then she went and gained weight, but she kept the same attitude where like it's the like hot girl, skinny girl attitude. Do you know who I am? You know, and she's actually
Mhm.
such a dude that she's talked to. So it's just like, oh, like she carried the attitude over. She never humbled herself, you know? So
That's so fat phobic of you. I just want you to know that.
well, you know, you did include that clip in one of your videos of remember Andrea or the teacher, whatever, you gotta be fat and jolly.
Mm. Oh,
So
I'm not. Ooh, she's right though, because
shame on
I
you.
I told you I wasn't invited to prom, so she was on point because I
Oh
wasn't.
well, yeah, no, it's just interesting that attitude it just never shifted. She's still like, I'm hot shit, I'm that girl, you know, blah blah. Do you know
Mhm.
who I am? Don't talk to me like that. You know, like I'm like a plus for you, or like I'm a trophy for you, you know? So I'm just
Mhm.
like, ooh, which obviously that attitude in general is not the most attractive, but you know, call me a vain POS, but at least if you have like the looks to back it up. It's like, okay. Like you have something to stand on, but it's still kind of gross, you know?
Yeah.
But if you don't have anything and you're acting like that, it's like, simmer down, sweetie. Calm down.
Yeah, it comes across as insecure. How has it worked for her? Does she still have it or she doesn't anymore? Does she let it go or
She's gotten better about it, or I mean, you tell me, because like when I told you when she tries to talk about like weight and stuff, I shut it down real quick because she's one of those where she's just like, I want to lose weight, I'm so fat. And I'm like, yeah, here you are eating and drinking like a middle-aged man, you know? So,
yeah, she's like a beer and wings kind of gal.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
And she's
And
gonna get that middle-aged man average body type eating that way. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
right, and
With
yes,
that skinny bitch attitude,
yeah, totally on
she
point.
shouldn't be eating that, you know. Just so you know.
Now pop some candy corn in your mouth.
Ooh, period. You can see how much candy corn I'm eating on my Instagram story.
Well, see, you have to
I
say
don't
something
have
like
any.
that and then be like a handful as you say that. That's the
I should
appropriate.
totally, maybe I'll do a short.
You should. You should. That's like the perfect way to do it. Be like, wow, not you gaining 3 pounds.
Period.
Like,
I didn't gain 3 pounds, just so you know.
whatever, SBA. But anyway, uh, but
Mhm.
I mean, I guess she kind of accepts it, but I don't know if it's like a positive like up, or she just kind of slid across because last we really talked about anything like that. She's like, only one of us in the because she doesn't like fat guys, even though she's fat herself. But she's like, only one of us can be fat in the relationship, and that's me. So it can't be him. And I'm just like, okay, like, huh? Like, I don't know if that's an acceptance, like a good thing, or if it's just a slide across where it's just like same attitude, but about or transferred in a different way, or you know, demonstrated in a different way. I don't know.
Mhm. I
So.
think it's okay to have your own preferences, but it is kind of weird, in my opinion.
Mhm.
I don't have like a super, super hard line on that. Like, but I think it's better to be in shape, obviously, you know, and I'm not gonna sit here and be like, da, da, da. Like, no, I do think it's better. You know, I aspire to do that too. But again, I wouldn't necessarily say only one of us can be fat and that's me. I would be like, I'm not gonna be fat. So that's a wrap, like, because it's independent of anyone else. There's no, you know, it's not dependent on anyone else. This is happening. This is an inevitability. That's how I talk about it. So, and that's how I view it. So I would never say that because even if I were to date somebody right this second, it wouldn't change the fact that I'm losing. So long term, it wouldn't be that way. But
Right.
anyways, is that skinny bitch or do I need to work on it more?
You need to work on it a little more, polish it up a little more.
I
So,
know. I'm still learning. I don't know what is with me. Why do you okay, let me ask you this, I guess, to close. Now that we know about this, I feel like I need to bring this into my personality as a part of my brat era. But I want to ask you your opinion. Why am I struggling with being brat? Like, what is happening?
why are you struggling with being brat?
Yeah, or like accepting my brathood.
Accepting your brat? I don't know. I have no idea why you struggle with accepting brat. You've always been brat. You are brat,
I
Mister.
know.
So,
I know I wasn't Demir, but I that didn't last very long for the record. But what I will say, it really didn't. I think I don't even think it lasted in the video, to be honest, that I said that. Like I was already not by the end. But I
mhm.
don't know. Is it just like I'm having like a not wanting to accept myself moment or what? Like I don't know. Is this what all the fat activists say? Like if you try to lose weight, then you can't accept things about yourself or what?
don't know, because it's so confusing to me, because it's like, it's not like you're really changing anything. Like you said, it's more of acceptance, because you've always been Brad. Like, you've been Brad throughout the whole journey. Even when you like lose and get to your goal, it's like you're still gonna be Brad. So it's like, I don't really
I
know.
know.
It's not a change. It's definitely an acceptance thing, and I don't know why you can't accept it, because it's like, if anything, you should be like owning it more and embracing it more, because SBA, skinny bitch
I
attitude,
know.
you're
That's why I
losing
want to get it. I
you're
want it.
you're losing more weight. So if anything, it's more good, okay, for you to be Brad. You know? So
True.
that's
When
why
I
I'm like,
just did I just did a video yesterday that was like, does losing weight make you mean? And I was like, no, like I was always mean. I was mean when I was fatter, mean as I'm losing, still gonna be mean post weight loss. But it's like that part of me, I think the bratness, I feel like oh, this is so cringy to say. I hate that I have to say this. I'm gonna hate myself for saying this.
say it.
I think unfortunately, it's like a weird like hangover from my ex because he did not like my brathood. He didn't. And I think it was something like a major thing where it was constantly like, it was like a point of criticism from him. And I feel like even this far out, I still have like a little bit of a hangover from that. And I think the other thing, if I really think about it, which I feel like when I asked you, I kind of got the answer. I think I'm so used to wanting the weight to change and having this idea in my mind that the weight has to change, that now that it's changing, it's like I'm moving on from that because it's not really an issue in my mind. It's more like I'm still wanting to think of, well, what else needs to change then? Because this doesn't anymore. So then I'm looking for that. And then brathood is like one of the things. And I'm like, but that's like who I am, you know? I don't think that's ever going to change. And it never really does change. It's like a bullshit Enneagram 4, like lying to yourself moment. It doesn't ever actually change. Nobody else sees it any different. Even my viewers were like, we always knew you were bad, like whatever. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? It's like it doesn't actually change, but I think it's like a weird mental game that I've been
Yeah.
playing with myself, and I need it to stop. It needs to go back to the sewers with Pennywise, you know? I need to flush it down the toilet.
That's right. That's right. Like that Brat song says, I don't know the title. You do. City sewer.
City sewer, city sewer sluts the vibe, internationally
Yeah.
recognized.
See, there you go.
Mhm. That's on period, and I am internationally recognized. Okay, but anyway,
Carefully
there's
with
some
your.
skinny bitch attitude for you.
There
But
you go.
anyways, yeah, I need to work on it, but I'm gonna watch this again later so that I can practice. I'm gonna practice on Eric. After all, he did gain 3 pounds. He's clearly overeating. Um, too much Korean barbecue, too much. Eric's in that, oh, meat isn't calories phase.
Oh my God, stop it. But good SBA attitude. You definitely watch eat and you've lost weight.
Candy corn. If I had some right now, I would have taken some. But actually, I don't have any calories left, so I wouldn't. But could have planned that a little better. But I didn't because I'm brat. So, anyways,
That's true.
thank you so much, Eric, for being here. Fly away. I'm gonna do another video with Eric soon, but that'll probably be up later. But thank you so much, Eric, for this little, I almost said spoiler. I don't know what we're spoiling. This little preview, this
Little
taste. Huh?
this little spiel. No,
Yes.
definitely
Appreciate it.
like that's definitely a question for people. Have you known anybody with skinny bitch attitude and they weren't actually a skinny bitch? Because like it's literally giving the best context, like somebody who lost weight and was that big bitch from Mean Girls who bumps Regina and she's like, "Watch where you're going, fat ass," you know, like,
Mhm.
and it's that kind of person calling you a fat ass, and it's like, excuse me, like what? Like you called me that? Like, you know? So like, and it always usually, yeah, like I said, it tends to be people who were like chunkier, chunkalicious, and they lose weight and they're still chunky. And it's like, calm down.
I
you
want
know?
that to be me. I want to be like 230 and just like full on in it. You know what I mean? Like just so in it. Oh gosh, aspirations. We have dreams.
Well, it's gonna have to be you because I don't think I have anybody like that right now in my life. So I think it's gonna have
That
to be
that's
so.
losing.
Yeah, pretty much. So,
Is everyone else gaining?
oh, everybody around me is gaining. I'm apparently the problem. I stress them out. So, so yeah,
Yeah, we'll be talking about that in a future video. But thank you so much.
foreshadowing.
Little taste. But thank you
Yeah.
so much for being here, Eric. And thank you guys for watching. And I'll be back tomorrow. And have a good rest of your day, night, etc. Peace. Bye,
Uh,
y'all.